All right, so some of the coolest things is seeing all these different individuals, and one of the best things is that it kind of makes you second guess the color you choose or chose. But this is Chalk, this is Bob. We're gonna get him on the channel a little bit. We're gonna talk to him and ask him about, exactly how does this compare to his E92 M3, and that's supercharged. But also too, like, you have Riviera Blue. This looks incredible. The funny thing is, we did meet Greg at the performance center when we took delivery of the car, and it was pretty cool because it kind of meshed on the right time where we were doing our performance center with the CCA, and it was fun. It was a good time. But this color looks so good in person, especially in the sun and in the shade. All right, guys, welcome back for another episode. And in this video, we're going to talk to a owner that owns a E92 M3 supercharged and also a G80 M3 individual. The coolest thing is we have him right here. So Bob, this is your 2022 or 23?
23.
23 G80 M3. You have a E92 M3, right? Supercharged, but what supercharger is on there?
It's got the ESS 650 supercharger.
And how do you like that compared to the G80? Like, if you had to pick a choice, it's both in your garage, right? What do you see yourself more gravitation pull to,
So I've had the E92 for a bit of time. I bought it in my early 30s, and I mean, it's a raw, fun car. You can have fun with it at low speed, high speed. It's just a unique car. Right now I'm driving the G80 a lot. I'm a little older. I like the refinement of it. But they're two very different cars, and that's why I couldn't sell it. I had to keep both.
And your E92 was actually repainted, right?
Yeah, so it used to be Silverstone. I got a little bored with the Silverstone paint. I decided to just strip it, restore it, and make it really nice. I used to roll race it, so she was a little beat up. And we painted it Nardo gray.
Okay, so it's very similar to Chalk, right? A little bit darker, obviously, but they're both boosted cars. What do you have more fun with? I know you said you just tuned this car.
I have more fun with the E92.
Well, how so? How so?
It's just the DCT, the combination of 8,400 RPM, DCT, the supercharger. It just screams and just gives you that heart racing feeling. And for what it is, it's kind of like GT3-ish in a real cheaper package, and it's awesome. And
I gotta say, like, right now the G8X community has probably been a big part of you right now, right? Because you've been going to, I see, it's always you guys hanging out together from New Jersey, right?
Yeah, the E92 community has, it's just, I fit in a little more. I got more friends on the G80 side, so I tend to drive the G80 to all the shows. E92 I take out on my own on the back roads on the weekends.
Okay.
Tear it up.
And let me ask you a question. After owning this car, right, people probably wonder why somebody should get one. Why should somebody get a G80 or a G8X?
The G80 is so easy to make fast. I mean, stock, it's really fast. Stock, it's about a little bit slower than my supercharged M3, but not by much. And now that I've tuned it.
Have you tested it in Mexico?
I have. Okay. Yeah, I had a buddy with me, and the E92 pulls on it, but just barely. Okay.
And then I guess any other reasons why people should get it, or anything to look out for these cars?
I would say go with all-wheel drive if you want to be fast. Manual's fun, but automatics are always faster, just the way it is. There's really not much to look out for. The car's a super reliable platform, super capable.
And when you say reliable, like, I know the F8X had handicaps, right? Crank hub.
Yep.
Is there any known handicaps to you for these, cars? All right, so as you can see in this video, we talked about the G80, right? And we're gonna jump back into it with a couple more interviews. But I definitely wanted to thank one of our sponsors, and that's coming from Simply Carbon Fiber. As you guys already know, Simply Carbon Fiber has been a huge sponsor of the channel. This is actually one of my favorite money clips, right? It's super portable. I've been traveling with this pretty much everywhere, right? Anywhere from Japan to actually New Jersey, which you guys seen in this video. But they have a ton of great accessories for a lot of car enthusiasts. They sent me over this, is made out of entirely carbon fiber, as you can see. So they have multiple sales going on throughout the year, right? If you want to pick up anything from their website, I'll leave the link down below, and it'll save you some money and also get you some really cool carbon fiber accessories. But again, we talked about a lot of the dislikes, the top 3 mods. For me, I would say the top 3 mods is definitely going to be suspension, right? Would be one of the first mods. Exhaust, and then some wheels, right? The wheels are definitely on a different level because they do cost a lot more, depending on your budget and depending on your style. But again, we're gonna jump back into the video, talk to a whole bunch of other G80 owners, and I kind of like these videos. It gets a different perspective and it allows people to understand before they get into the build completely, right? Before you spend money and time and effort into getting into them. But surprisingly, I'm not sure how biased it is, but everybody that I've been speaking to has not had a bad experience. So it tells you something about this platform.
So far, no, but I'm sure someone will find it.
Okay. And one last question. Somebody that has owned one for a little bit, do you see yourself getting rid of this?
No, I don't. I'm a big BMW enthusiast. I've always thought about a GT3 or something like that, but I just can't get over the M's. I love the cars. They can do everything, and I'm going to hang on to this for a while.
Okay. All right. Well, again, this is Bob. This is his G80 M3 competition in chalk. And actually, the red guts look incredible.
Thanks.
Right, but he has the incredible HREs. These are a 3-piece wheel. Mm-hmm. It looks really good. But we're going to talk to a whole bunch of other G8X owners and stuff to get their opinion about it, because I think a lot of people still want to get into one, but they're kind of questionable.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, drive it. The looks are controversial. I love the look now. I used to not like it at all.
I think a lot of us did. We hated it.
But drive it. When you drive it, you'll realize what the hype's all about.
And it's a big difference between a manual and also the ZF8 speed. The ZF8 speed is just so violently, sunking you back in the seat. Because obviously, going to first, second, third, you have that lag in between. So it kind of breaks it up a little bit. But I've driven a ZF8 speed on the track at the Performance Center. And it's so much more different. It's a violent animal.
The smooth power delivery and the handling is just insane. I mean, I put this on KW V4s because I didn't want to sacrifice the ride. And BMW did such a good job. Stop.
Yeah, I think I've gone through the situation of doing springs only, and obviously it really depends on how long you keep the car. If you keep the car for 2 years, then there's really no point, right? Or a year.
Right.
But I'm planning on keeping my car for a little bit, so I have the Motons, and they feel great. They feel amazing, and I'm sure the V4s feel amazing too. And V4 is obviously a different level as compared to the typical V3s and stuff.
I've heard nothing but good things. I don't think you can go wrong. There's a lot of good options. Öhlins is another one that I use on my E92 that I love.
And that's a big one for that platform too. Everybody talks about Öhlins and talks about how amazing it feels, the road and track ones.
Yep.
But I think Öhlins just came out not too long ago, 6 months for the G8X.
They did.
And if that was available originally, I probably would have jumped in that route because I waited about a year and a half for my set.
Me too.
Yeah. But it's well worth it.
Yep.
All right, so we have a guy that we haven't seen in a while. This guy just lost so much weight. I want to commend you for that. Congratulations.
As big as yours.
I know, man. I know. I got to get on your workout plan. But one of the best things is to see your car in multiple different states. You're back in your home state, right? What has changed? Anything has changed?
Nothing has changed besides screwing up the front lip, but other than that.
How long have you owned the G80 so far now?
I've had it going on a year and a half now.
Okay, a year and a half. And how's the ownership treat you? Because this video is about people's ownership, right? We're here in New Jersey. We're here in a different state, and obviously lifestyles are different out here. You have to deal with snow and stuff. How has this car treated you?
It's treated me well, to be honest. I haven't really taken it out during the winter. I usually use the X5 for that.
Okay.
But I mean, it's all-wheel drive, so it's not like it can't handle what being in snow and stuff.
Okay.
Just obviously you gotta get snow tires and stuff like that. But she stays in the garage when it comes to winter. So
let me ask you a question too. You had a M4 CS.
Yep.
How's that compared to the G80?
So the M4 CS, I mean, the body style of the F82 is by far one of my favorites. But this power-wise, performance blows the M4 out of the water.
And why do you say? Because it's so easy to make power, right?
It's so easy to make power. Like, stock-wise, it's, my M4 was tuned on a stage 2. This off the line takes it.
And what do you dislike about the G8X? What has something that has been not up to your standards?
I guess the fact that you have to send out the ECU to get unlocked if you want to tune this thing. But other than that, to be honest, it blew me out of the water. Everyone used to hate the front grille. I personally did too at the beginning, but it ended up growing on me.
Top 3 mods you would recommend somebody doing? The top 3 first mods.
Intakes, suspension, at least lower it on springs, which is what I'm on, and exhaust.
And that really just amplifies the driving experience, right? Do you see yourself getting rid of this car?
No.
Why not?
At least not anytime soon.
Okay.
Unless I can afford a GT3 RS.
Okay, I think a lot of people
Yeah.
dream about having a GT3 RS. I think that's something that we all
kind of-
strive to do one
Yeah.
day. So what has changed with you? You're about to be a father.
I'm about to be a father in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks,
You
yeah.
should be home waiting. Yeah, you should be home waiting.
I asked the wife if
Okay.
she'd be cool if it came out. She said, "Go ahead, go have fun."
Yeah.
But yeah, we're 2 weeks out.
I can tell you this, I'm a new father,
Yeah.
you know, 6 months in already. It is the most stressful time of your life in the beginning because everything's new. But I think, you know, you're a great man. You're going to be able to be a good father for your daughter and
Yeah.
stuff. So congratulations.
Thank you.
It's going to be a beautiful journey.
Yep.
And anybody that can relate to this, chime in down below because you're gonna bitch out and cry. I'm telling you, I teared up like a little boy when my son came out.
Yeah.
So-
I'm excited. I can't wait for it. It's been a long journey. Coming,
Yeah.
So.
No, I totally understand. Have you heard we're coming to the Tri-State?
I heard.
And what do you think about that?
I think it's a good move from you guys. So I'm excited to come out.
I think a lot of times, like every time we've gone to other, you know, states or like California and stuff, everybody asks, when are you guys gonna come to the Tri-State? When are you guys gonna come to the Tri-State? I think this is a good opportunity for us to come back to the Tri-State and hang out with some other BMW enthusiasts, throw it a really incredible event. New Jersey Motorsports Park, we went there yesterday. It blew my mind of how many things that we could do there and also how large it is.
Yeah.
But anything else to say to people about the G80? Buy one?
Buy one, yeah, absolutely. G80, G82s. I mean, I wish we had the wagon here, but yeah,
You
Definitely
probably
got
you
one.
would probably get the wagon.
I would get the wagon if the wagon.
Same here.
was there.
I'd probably sacrifice the manual for the wagon.
Yep.
But all right, Dom, it was good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
And we'll see you probably in a future couple events, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so you have Voodoo M3, right? How long have you owned the car for?
Almost 2 years now. It's like this August will be 2 years.
Okay, so describe the ownership like for people that haven't, you know, had a chance to own one or are actually on the waiting list.
So this is actually like my dream car. A lot of people didn't know that, but like to me, I've always wanted an M3. So this was like the spec that I ordered, everything that's always I wanted. This is like to me like the honest, the dream. Like I'm not like the Porsche guy that wanted the GT3 or the Turbo S. This is literally my dream car. So it's honestly amazing to have.
Let me ask you a question. What does the name Voodoo come from? Because I see that's your logo on your company, right?
It's actually the paint. It's
Okay.
Voodoo Blue Uni. That's actually the color of the car.
Okay. And that's what inspired your business now.
Yep, that's inspired everything now. So I'm kind of locked into it for life, which is awesome too.
Is this your first BMW?
It's not my first, but I've had a M2 and then an M2 35i.
Okay. And how would you describe the BMW community, man?
Like I said, I love the community because it's always something different, and as you can see, like we might have a blue car next to a blue car, but there's so much differences in the blue cars. Where black wheels, bright wheels, it's everything's changing, and the community to me is always welcoming. I've never had a bad process or
A bad experience or anything. It's like a family, right?
It really is. Everybody's always welcoming to me. So.
And then you've been to a Beamer Invasion event, right?
Yeah, multiple. Like I say, we try to get the car out as much as we can. Obviously, we're always up and down the East Coast, anywhere,
Correct.
everywhere. So we try to do as much as we can.
For somebody that hasn't gone to a Beamer Invasion event, how would you describe it?
Oh, it's top of the line events. Like I say, there's two events that I always look forward to the most. It's always Bimmer Invasion and MPAC. And MPAC's a little closer for me, but Bimmer Invasion is always top of the line.
It's worth the drive.
It's worth it. Everything, like I say, the shows are top notch, the community's top notch, the vibes are top notch. Everything's great.
And we're coming to the Tri-State, so what do you think about that?
I'm gonna have the car, and hopefully I'll have the van there. So we'll be doing, like I said, I'll be outside again. Hopefully, again, we'll have the crew with us. Well, I think we'll have more of the crew with us. A couple guys were actually on vacation this week, but
It is Memorial Day weekend. This was a last minute thing too. And again, it wasn't an event we could open to the public because if not, this would have been filled and it would have been chaos.
and like sometimes chaos is not good.
Needed,
vibes.
yes, exactly.
It's nice to have assigned parking, know where you're going, not this, that, and the other chaos, clutter, and it's nice to have organization. That's a good way to put it.
And what would you say would be the top 3 mods somebody should do, right? The first 3 mods.
I always say, believe it or not, one of my first mods is exhaust. I always say having the loudest car on the block is like one of the coolest things. And believe it or not, I always love front mount intakes.
Okay.
That's like a big.
Are you worried about hydrolock, or it's not something that you worry about?
It's not my daily.
Okay.
So I don't like if we get caught in a rainstorm. I've like there's been like sudden rain stop, like
Yeah.
bursts. But I wouldn't hit a big puddle and stuff like that. But I swear, I love front mounts. The sound, everything from the front mount is awesome.
And what's the next mod? The last one.
Believe it or not, suspension.
Okay.
A lot of people think like wheels or this, that, and the other. Stock wheels look great, so you don't need to change them. But the suspension, I think the cars look a little too high.
Correct.
Off-road mode, we call it, or
Yeah,
4x4 mode. So definitely when the car's lowered and the fitment is better, to me that's one of the best things.
Okay. Is there anything that you don't like about the car? And be honest, not because you have it, but people that are probably looking into it. Nothing.
It's my dream car.
It's your dream car.
There's nothing wrong. Like I said, a lot of people are setting different goals. To me, this was always my goal, and it's nice that I achieved it. And like I said, to me, there's not one flaw to it.
Hey, it's always good to catch up with
massaging seats.
Okay.
The F8, the F90s have massaging seats.
Yeah.
And I actually don't have buckets.
Okay.
I have comfort seats because we're always driving so much.
Correct.
That it's nice to be comfortable. So if I could have massaging seats in an M3, I would order it tomorrow.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, it really would be.
But it's always good to catch up with some G80 owners and also familiar faces, also familiar builds.
Definitely.
But for example, this would give you a better idea for if this should be a build for you or a car you should get into. And it's good to get perspectives from people that have owned the car for more than a year, more than a month, right?
So I was like one of the first X-Drives, and to me, the X-Drive platform on the G80 is absolutely unbeatable.
And it holds their value compared to a lot of the other ones.
It's like I said, normally you buy an M3, take it off the lot, it dumps a little bit. With the G80 and X-Drive.
And individual.
I was going to say, and individual. That's like the cream package right now. If you get a G80 X-Drive individual, they're holding your value.
Again, nice chatting with you, brother.
Awesome. Nice chatting with you guys.
You've had a G80 for so long, right? You're probably one of the first ones to have it. One of the innovators to make it look cool.
Am I?
I don't know. I think a lot of people do agree this is a really good looking car.
Thank you.
What do you think about the platform and how has it treated you?
I love it. I love it. I love it so much that I am ordering another one.
Why are you ordering another one?
Because I want X-Drive.
Okay, so you don't have X-Drive on this?
No, this is rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
So when I'm out with these guys and like we're at a light and we hit the gas, I'm the one that's fishtailing and they're just gone.
And just taking off, leaving you behind.
Exactly.
How has the ownership been like? I know there's so many modifications you can do, right?
Yep.
And I think a lot of the carbon that you added have given a different touch and also a different aggressive look. I think the side skirts look amazing. The hood, it's all paint matched.
Yes.
What do you think about the rest of it? Like, how does it, drive you every day to want to drive the car?
So this is not my daily, and in like 2 years, I've put almost 30,000 miles on it because I love
30,000 miles.
Yeah, I love to drive.
And I always see you out with other G80 owners having fun. And what I will say, the G80 community is really tight.
Yes.
It's a close-knit group of people, right? And I think a lot of it has to do with just people just being real about it, right? Because this is a car that brings people together, right? Mm-hmm. Along with the BMW community. But also, too, the modifications you have done has made you definitely unique. I think this is probably one of the cleanest mint greens, and I know you have another one coming.
Yes.
This is going to be sad when it goes, though.
Yes.
Or is it gonna go, or is it gonna stay?
No, it's gonna go. I'm gonna put it up for sale. So I had ordered another one, which came in, and I decided not to take delivery of it because it wasn't as bright and bold as the mint green.
Okay.
So I put another order in, which is gonna be for the LCI. So my next one's gonna be LCI, and I'm going back to my roots. So the new color will be what my old F80 was, which is
Verde Mantis, right?
Yeah.
And how reliable, like people talk about the S58. Let's walk around over here. How reliable has this been?
I mean, it's been great. I haven't had any problems with it. I mean, it's been good. It's actually, I mean, I have a lot of fun with it, more so than I did with the F80. The F80 was, I don't know, I didn't, even though when I got rid of it, it had almost 50,000 miles on it. I didn't, at the time I didn't really have a link into the BMW community. Like these guys were very close. Like the other guys that aren't here right now, I'm very close with them. I didn't have those relationships with the F80.
Correct.
At all. Like I, was around American Muscle guys. So it was different. And Like it just
For the people that are kind of nervous about getting into the BMW community, don't be, because we're going to open you in open arms, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't care what person. I mean, even if it was American Muscle, it doesn't matter to me because we're all the same. You know,
Correct.
basically,
Car
so-
passion and stuff.
Correct.
And how reliable. That shit has known to be very reliable. Any issues so far?
Nope, no issues at all. No, I haven't had any issues, and I mean, I did not tune it, so I have intakes, I've got the valve controller, and I have the mid-pipe from Precision, but other than that, I did not tune. I don't have like a piggyback tune or anything, so obviously...
Do you think it's enough power for you?
For me, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would love to do that I haven't gotten to do, I really, and the guys would laugh if they heard me say this, I want to go on the track.
Okay.
So bad.
No, I agree.
Everybody thinks that like I'm just all show, no go, but I want to take the car on the track.
Hey, and
I like
maybe
to
you will
drive.
one day. Maybe you will before you get rid of it.
I would love to.
Yeah.
So
So let me ask you one last question, right? Or maybe ask you, I don't know how many more, but what are the top 3 mods you would recommend a new G80 owner to get into?
I mean, honestly, my most favorite mod on this car that I did personally was paint matching the bottom pieces. And
Okay.
the reason that I love that
I
is
see that.
because I feel like it makes I think it makes the car look lower.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it look more grounded, where, you know, anybody who has like the black pieces, it makes it look more elevated.
Okay.
So when you paint the side skirts, you paint the back pieces, it looks more grounded. It looks closer to the ground. So I love that. The second mod that is like my favorite is obviously the hood. You know, I absolutely love the hood and the
And
way
you got one
that-
more after that. So what's the top 3?
My front lip.
Front lip.
Yeah, that's a unit custom front lip.
So front lip, hood, and what else?
And then the paint match side pieces.
Okay.
And the, you know, like everything bottom paint matched because
Okay.
it looks grounded.
Would you say those would be the top 3 mods you would recommend somebody to do, or would you
I
recommend
would
something else?
say aesthetics, yes. I mean, I could not live without a mid pipe.
Okay.
I don't have a full axle back. I just have the mid pipe and the Dowler valve controller, which is great for me. So, you know, I would never take delivery of one of these without putting something on for exhaust.
Okay.
But that's me because I love the sound. I love just.
What about the stance? Everybody talks about suspension. Would that be something like a top 3 mod to do?
Well, I mean, yeah, actually I forgot about the suspension.
Okay.
I just think that's normal.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm running KW height adjustables, which I don't know if you want to like edit this out, but
You can speak freely.
So
It's not your favorite.
correct.
Okay.
And I also have the G87.
Okay.
So, and we have AST, ALS on that.
Yeah.
AST down, hands
Way better.
down is so much better.
Okay.
So on the new car, I ordered AST.
Okay.
So I mean, no offense to a KW, I'm sure that like a lot of people, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm too low, so like I've blown my stock stuff out.
And I tell people all the time, like that
I've had it
happens
looked at.
sometimes. That happens sometimes.
I've had it looked at. They say it's fine, but to me,
It feels sloppy.
Oh, very.
Okay.
Compared to the G87, absolutely.
And then last mod you would recommend?
I mean, we said suspension, we said exhaust, so, you know, I mean, probably the grill replacement
Okay.
and carbon fiber for sure, but that's just me because I like
Yeah,
carbon, you know? So,
Correct.
but yeah, I mean, those are probably my favorite mods, but without a doubt, suspension, without a doubt, you know, something with the exhaust and then a front lip, that's probably like great beginner stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, from there, I mean, the hood is you know, one of my favorites, but that's,
Awesome.
you know.
It's always good to catch up people that always, you know, come to these events in Florida. And also now we're going to be coming to your guys' backyard
Yeah.
in October. So that's going to be pretty fun to get the car community together. And we'll hopefully see a different G80 by then.
I don't know because the LCI allocation.
Never mind,
is
we'll see
not-
the same car then.
Now you're gonna see the same one. I'll have a new front lip though because
Okay.
we just are developing a new lip for G80.
Okay, and you're with Unit 17, right?
I own Unit 17 Auto Style. Yeah,
Okay.
so, which is basically a branch off of the UK store.
Perfect. So if you guys need any carbon, definitely hit them up. They'll definitely take care of you and the carbon itself. And you know me, I'm pretty OCD. The carbon looks good. The clear coat looks really good. I can't say the same for some other brands, but
Yeah.
I will say though this is checks out, so it gets
Thank
my
you.
thumbs up for sure.
Thank you,
But other than
thank
that, we'll see you guys in October.
Yeah.